Good morning, everyone. This is Fist to Your Doom, here for my draft analysis for WPF. Coming at you live with the incredibly creative Showdown Builder screen. I put a lot of time and effort into creating this website. Don't fact check me, so be sure to drop a like for all my hard work. Anyways, we're here for, of course, another draft league. Gotta keep being a whore like I am. And we got back into the WPF after unspeakable horrors last time I played here. We don't talk about it. Anyways, I was pick number, what was it? 12, I think? 13, actually. And you know, we had a pretty standard draft board. You know, you had your Chen Pao, you had your Torn T, your Pole, all your standard top tier fellas. You know, I didn't expect to get anything too terribly crazy. They had a scale of 20 on the board, so I expected, you know, get 18 pointer, maybe get a new toy, something fun to play around with. And, you know, I did kind of get a new toy. It's something I haven't gotten to use yet this gen, including in that deck, so I was very excited for it. And it's also something that never, ever, ever should have fallen back to me. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Darkrai. Now you may be wondering, why was it on the board still when it got back to me? And to answer that question, just kidding. I can't answer that question. It makes no sense. It's definitely not like the best Mon that was in the draft pool, but he's a funny guy. He's got Nasty Plot. He's got Swords Dance. He's got Dark Void if I want to use a terrible move just for the cool animation chance. Like, gotta get the content, obviously. But yeah, he's got a good old 135, 125 between the special attack and the speed, so he's a strong breaking boy. Shout out to Game Freak for ripping him of T-Bolt and giving him the Reuniclus treatment of Only Thunder. Really fucking kind. Thanks, guys. Because I always hit all my moves, so the extra power is going to help me. And, you know, I wanted to keep the funny going when I had another Mon come back to me that never should have been there. So, round 2, we got a Garchomp. Now you may be wondering, why was there a round 2 Garchomp? Same thing as last time. Ask everybody else. I don't fucking know. But I've got one of the best spikers in the format to support Darkrai, one of the best physical sweepers in the format to break on the opposite side of Darkrai. Between, you know, you got your Swords Dance. Everybody knows that sharks dance with swords. It's in Pokemon games, so it's how real life works. Don't question it. And then you got your Skill Shot back. See, it shows legal. People seem to keep forgetting that Garchomp got Skill Shot back because they just refuse to fucking take it. So I have it in a bajillion leagues right now because just no one understands how good this Mon is. But yeah, look, spikes. Spikes are broken. I don't care how many pairs of Tims you wear. I'm gonna fucking click the spike button. God, it breaks my brain that people won't draft this Mon. And it also breaks my brain that in round 3, after all those people get a pick, going back up from 13, then another one coming back down, Deoxys fucking Speed was still on the board. It took us so many years to realize that this guy with the only speed stat that Regieleki is kind of close with competing with at 180, like, it's second place by a mile, isn't completely broken. You know, it's really fucking good, but it's not completely broken. But at 16 points, this thing should have been gone round 2. Tops. Probably late round 1, realistically, if we're talking like objective best Mon that it could have been. But no. I got it round 3. Now we really got the two best spikers in the fucking format. Outside of Hisuian Samurai, but he's not clicking spikes. He's clicking Ceaseless Edge. That doesn't count. It's different. And it just... I don't know. I don't know. This top three is nightmare fuel. Absolute nightmare fuel. Straight versatility out of Chomp and Deoxys. And if I bump my head, Sword Stance Darkrai. He may have 45 less points in his attack than his special attack, but that's a thumbnail. I use Sword Stance Darkrai. That's about the only reason I can think of. And he got knockoff, so strong knockoff's always good too. But fuck it, we move on. Round 4, I decided to take something that made sense being there. Corviknight. About standard place to be taking it. I really just wanted the strong pivot and the fairy resist, because Darkrai Garchomp starting off, fairy types were looking mighty spooky. It checked a lot of boxes. And of course, best defogger in the game right now. Nobody has it. Corviknight kept it. Fuck it, we move on. Not gonna question it. He clicked the U-turn. He clicked the roost. He clicked the power trip if I'm feeling feisty. Power trip Corv is funny as fuck. So it'll come at some point. And I hope the poor bastard who's gonna get swept by it is listening right now. Because I'm coming for you. And you're gonna cry. Just a little bit on the inside. When you get fucked up by staple defensive pocket monster, Corviknight, who's not supposed to sweep you. But, anyways, round 5. This was to cancel out all my really good top end mons that were not supposed to fall to me as late as they did. I reached. I took my boy Iron Thorns. Shout out to the GOAT, Kyle K. Savage. We are Iron Thorns buddies. I talked him into drafting it in a different league so that we could both have Terra Iron Thorns. See if this mon really is hot ass or not with Terra. I think it'll be pretty good in a low tier structure, but it's been so bad this entire gen and completely disappointing that I'm not sure until I try it out. And like I said already, it is a Terra cap. We've got 3 types on each mon here, so I've got electric, grass, and ground. Really wanted something to help hit the ground types that fuck this thing's day up with the grass. Ground, of course, is a good neutral typing. You know, you get your stab, edge, quake, and all that. And then electric just felt like the better option of the 2 stabs. I don't see myself really wanting to run Terra Rock or electric too much. Probably want that help from Terra Grass or the ult from Terra Ground. But it should be a lot of fun. Definitely another mon that we've got some potential for some creativity with. Of course, your standard's going to be Dragon Dance, but it is yet another spiker. Got a whole lot of hazards going on here. And he's got pretty good bulk. Just doesn't have reliable recovery, but I mean, getting out of that god-awful defensive typing into like pure ground if we want Chomp to be offensive and we need a bulky ground roll still. Or we could be Iron Press if we're really feeling feisty. There's a lot of potential here. And if I want to kill myself with recoil, I can run Supercell Slam. Now wouldn't that be funny if I lost a game missing a Supercell Slam? Now that's how you get me yelling. And then people get to point and laugh at me in the comments. It sounds like a good time. But not as much of a good time as the motherfucking GOAT. Piss on me coming back. Censored down to pee on me because Game Freak's lame. But Volcanion is just, he's him. He is 100% certified him. I wasn't a believer until I used it in ASL, and that boy put in work every single motherfucking week. God, I've really grown to love this thing. But another Ooga Booga helped check the fairy types that fuck me sideways, and just wanted to use it, honestly. We were pretty water weak, water immune. You know, just ball out, have some fun with the fire hydrant. He will continue getting his revenge. And that's all that matters at the end of the day, is having some fun. Now, don't mind me, while I clear this out. Doobie doobie da, da ba da ba da, and now next up, Annihilate! It doesn't have the option to Terra, of course, so it's a mon that hangs around on the board fairly frequently now. It's really good, but it's hard to use when you don't have that option to get out of this awkward defensive typing. But with all the spikes we have, and being a defog absorber with Defiant, being a spin blocker with the ghost typing, being really fucking bulky, it fit too perfectly to pass up. Of course, it was expensive, it was 15 points, it burned up a lot of that remaining budget, but it's a mon I've really wanted to use for a while now. It's got a lot of potential, even though he's lacking in ghost moves outside of his broken to shit stab option. So it doesn't matter most of the time, but like on Scarf sets, it can be awkward to try to soak a hit so you have a usable ghost move. But yeah, it should facilitate the game plan with this team of click spike, maybe rock, kill pocket monsters. Especially because Booga Booga, Draft League player click U-turn. It'll be a good time. And we have our second Terra Cat up next. We've got the GOAT, HGC. That's Big Bad Vileplume. Terra typings on this are going to be Grass, Fairy, and Water. And it was a grounded poison. Help fill in with that, because T-Spikes are scary, as sometimes you learn the hard way in Draft League. For 4 points, it was really solid, just looked like the best overall grass, so then I could get 2 usable Pokemon in my last 2 slots instead of an equally good to Vileplume Mon and a shitter out of 2 points. And, you know, Sleep Powder, Leech Seed, it's got reliable recovery and Synth. Right, it has Synth still? Yeah, I know I just scrolled past Moonlight, but I wanted to make sure. And then, of course, Strength Sap is broken, but Strength Sap is not the end-all be-all. Sometimes you're better off having Moonlight / Synth. And you know, maybe, just maybe, we get a funny manual Chlorophyll fuck up offensive set. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, but Vileplume's the GOAT. Shout out to HGC, he's the GOAT too. And last up, as you probably noticed, no Fairy type. Here's a Fairy type. He's the token, well, I'm broke, but he's still good Fairy type. Because, I mean, you look at this stat spread and you go, huh, wow, everything sucks, except for his attack. That's not too bad. But, you know, Intimidate makes him fairly bulky on the physical side. And on the special side, we're just gonna hope to make up for it elsewhere. Corviknight's a good old pivot into anything and then you turn out guy. So he should have our back, where Grand Bolt doesn't. It's okay. And of course, we do have the bulk up option on here. We've got Gen 1 coverage out the wazoo. So Grand Bolt's honestly a mon I can have a lot of fun with if I get the right matchup for it. A physically offensive Fairy is a threatening pocket monster. And of course, a lot of utility too. T-Wave, Super Fang. I think it has Yawn, doesn't it? No, I lied. I'd just be out here telling lies on the internet. How dare I? But yeah. Looking like a real funny squad. Darkrai, Chomp, Deoxys Speed should be able to carry me to at least some pretty solid success. And if it doesn't, that's a skill issue, not a team issue. Let's be real here. And Iron Thorn's Experiment, we're gonna have to see how that goes, because I'm really not sure how to feel about that guy, but he's funny. And funny is the objective of Pokemon Draft League. You heard it here. You better fucking believe it here, because it's the truth. And tune in next week for our Week 1 game. Be sure to drop a like if you enjoyed. Peace out.